This video was reportedly recorded by two people who were driving late at night and decided to pull over after noticing something strange outside the road. According to those who originally shared the footage, they weren't filming anything related to horror. The camera was only turned on because both of them began to feel deeply uncomfortable with what they were seeing ahead. The car stops in a dark, isolated area with no nearby lighting. Outside, only a few distant lights are visible, along with the faint reflection of what appears to be an open space, possibly a secondary road or a rarely used area. Inside the car, the two people can be heard speaking in low voices, as if they're trying not to draw attention to themselves. At a certain moment, one of them points the camera out through the window, trying to focus on something hidden in the darkness. They comment that they can see something moving in the distance, even though the camera fails to clearly capture what it is. Still, it's obvious that both of them are staring at the same fixed point, unwilling to look away. As the video goes on, the atmosphere begins to shift. The conversation grows more tense, and one of them suggests leaving. The other hesitates, saying he wants to understand what's really happening. And that's when something unexpected occurs. A silhouette suddenly appears within the frame, far too close to be just a reflection or a distant animal. The reaction is immediate. The camera jerks violently, and both of their breathing becomes rapid and shallow. One of them says that whatever it was, it shouldn't be there. There are no screams, no exaggerated reactions, just real fear. The silence that follows feels heavy, as if both of them are trying to process what they've just seen.
Og så åpne opp bagasjerommet.
For a few seconds, the camera points outside once again, but the silhouette is no longer visible. Even so, it's clear that something has changed. The tension doesn't fade, it intensifies. One of them insists they need to leave immediately, and the other agrees without hesitation. The video ends shortly after that, abruptly, likely the moment they decided to leave. There is no final explanation, no confirmation of what that figure was, and no further updates ever shared by those involved. The footage simply began circulating online as the last recording from that night. To this day, no one has been able to clearly identify what those two people actually saw. Some believe it may have been someone standing on the road, while others suggest something far more difficult to explain. What's undeniable is that their reaction feels far too genuine to have been staged, and that's exactly why this video continues to be regarded as one of the strangest recordings ever found. What appears in the very first seconds is a setting that looks like an ordinary kitchen, but something is deeply wrong. The lighting is entirely red, almost as if the room was soaked in blood, and at the center of the scene there is what seems to be an improvised altar assembled from simple household objects. A lit candle, old containers, a knife, and in the middle of it all, a tomato placed as if it held some kind of ritual importance. As the camera remains fixed, the phrase "please prepare the tomato" appears on the screen, repeated several times, accompanied by Japanese text that offers no explanation, only reinforcing the feeling that this is part of some procedure the viewer was never meant to witness. As the camera remains fixed, the phrase "please prepare the tomato" appears on the screen, repeated several times, accompanied by Japanese text that offers no explanation, only deepening the sense that this is part of some procedure the viewer was never meant to witness. To this day, no one has been able to identify with certainty who created this content. There are no official records, no explanation from the author, and no definitive interpretation of its intent. Some believe it's merely an experimental art piece designed to push the limits of psychological discomfort. Others propose far more disturbing theories, suggesting that the video simulates, or is inspired by, distorted domestic rituals, crafted to feel far too real to be dismissed as pure fiction. And perhaps the most disturbing part is precisely that idea, that someone, somewhere, carried out something that made sense only to those who were present. A simple procedure, repeated with seriousness, inside an ordinary home, using ordinary objects. And we, as observers, arrived too late to ever understand what it truly meant. This video was recorded by a driver late at night on an isolated road in the Taitung region of Taiwan. The footage shows the car traveling normally when, ahead on the roadside, something strange begins to appear. At first it looks like nothing more than a distorted shadow cast by the headlights, something common on unlit roads. But as the vehicle gets closer, the silhouette starts to take shape. What the driver sees doesn't resemble an animal or a fallen object. It's a human figure, standing still, partially illuminated by the headlights, as if watching the car pass by. Frightened, the driver slows down and decides to stop a few meters ahead to check what he just saw. But when he steps out of the car and looks back toward the spot, the figure is simply gone.